What if I told you your blood sugar may be rising every single night while you are asleep, even if you did not eat dessert, even if you followed your doctor's advice, even if you did everything right? And the scary part? Most people over 60 never realize the real spike may be happening between 2 and 4 in the morning when they are completely unconscious. You go to bed feeling safe, you wake up and suddenly you are staring at the meter wondering, what did I do wrong? But what if it was not your fault? What if your own body has quietly changed after 60 and there is one bedtime habit that may help calm what is happening overnight? Tonight, I am ranking the top 7 seeds seniors should eat before bed to support healthier overnight blood sugar. And number 1 surprised even some doctors because the research behind it is far stronger than most people realize. But be careful, because one of these can become dangerous if you take certain diabetes medications. And another one, most seniors are eating it the completely wrong way. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly what may be helping and what may secretly be making your morning numbers worse. I am Dr. Sterling Foster, a senior health specialist with over 27 years of experience helping adults over 60 navigate blood sugar issues, fatigue, metabolic changes, and the frustrating health surprises that seem to appear overnight. I have worked with hundreds of seniors who tell me the exact same thing. Doctor, I barely ate anything bad, so why is my sugar high in the morning? And I understand how discouraging that feels, because when you are trying your best, walking more, skipping sweets, watching portions, and the numbers still climb, it can feel like your body has stopped cooperating. But I want you to hear me carefully. You are not broken and you are not failing. Many times there is something happening in the background, something nobody properly explained. Tonight, I want to help make sense of it in simple English. No confusing medical language, just practical, science-backed information you can actually use. Before we get into the 7 seeds, I need you to understand something important, because if you miss this, nothing else in this video will fully make sense. Most seniors think blood sugar only rises because of food. Cookies, bread, cake, pasta. But here is the hidden truth. Your body can raise blood sugar even when you are not eating anything at all, especially at night. Think of your liver like a backup generator in a house. During the day, food powers everything. But when you sleep, the generator turns on. Your liver starts releasing stored sugar into the bloodstream to keep your brain alive. At age 30, that system works beautifully. At age 70, sometimes the settings get a little confused. The generator runs too hard, too much sugar gets released, and because muscles naturally shrink with age, your body does not clear sugar as efficiently anymore, so it stays in the bloodstream. And suddenly your morning number shocks you, even though dinner was grilled chicken, even though you skipped dessert, even though you tried. And this is where many seniors quietly lose hope, because they start blaming themselves. And I do not want that for you. Because once you understand what is happening, you can start supporting your body instead of fighting it. And that brings us to seed number 7. Number 7, sunflower seeds, the overlooked nighttime helper. Now stay with me on this one, because I know some of you are thinking, sunflower seeds? Really, doctor? Yes, but not for the reason most people think. Sunflower seeds are packed with magnesium, and magnesium matters far more after 60 than most seniors realize. Here is why. Imagine insulin like a key. Its job is simple. Unlock your cells so sugar can leave your bloodstream. But after 60, sometimes the lock gets rusty. Insulin knocks, but the door does not fully open. That is called insulin resistance. And magnesium, think of it like oil for the lock. It helps the system work more smoothly. Some research has found higher magnesium intake is associated with better insulin sensitivity. In simple terms, your body may become better at using the insulin it already has. Sunflower seeds contain another interesting compound called chlorogenic acid. Some evidence suggests it may support healthier glucose regulation. Not dramatic, not magic, but supportive. And after 60, sometimes small improvements create meaningful change. Here is the mistake I see seniors make. They buy the salted versions loaded with sodium. That can work against blood pressure goals. Instead, choose raw, unsalted sunflower kernels. Just a small handful, about 1 to 2 tablespoons, around 90 minutes before bed. But let me be honest with you. Sunflower seeds are good, just not the strongest option on this list, because number 6 does something that surprises most people and almost nobody talks about it. Number 6, hemp seeds, the nighttime stabilizer. Before you scroll away, no, these are not marijuana. No THC, no high, no strange effects, just nutrition. And honestly, most seniors overlook hemp seeds completely. But here is what makes them interesting. They contain protein and healthy fats that help digestion slow down overnight. Why does that matter? Because fast digestion can sometimes lead to bigger glucose swings. And bigger swings often create worse morning numbers. Think of blood sugar like driving downhill. Fast changes create dangerous curves, hard brakes, and sharp turns. But slow, steady movement is much easier to control. That is what hemp seeds may help support. They also contain omega fats that may support inflammation balance. And inflammation matters because inflammation can quietly interfere with how the body responds to insulin. One patient of mine, let us call him Frank, age 72, used to wake up every morning exhausted, frustrated, and angry. His fasting numbers bounced all over the place. Some mornings they were high, other mornings they were lower. He felt trapped, like nothing made sense anymore. We looked at his nighttime routine. It turned out he was eating almost no protein in the evening. A few simple changes, including adding more balanced nutrition before bed, made a noticeable difference over time. Not overnight, but slowly and steadily. And that is important because I never want to promise miracles. Real improvement happens gradually. That is what sustainable health looks like. Now, before we get to number 5, I want to ask you something. What is your fasting blood sugar when you wake up? Not your A1C, your morning number, the one you see first thing. Let me know in the comments. I read them. And honestly, sometimes patterns show up there that help other people feel less alone because many seniors are fighting this same battle quietly. Number 5, pumpkin seeds, the seed most seniors underestimate. Now this one surprised me because most people think pumpkin seeds are just a snack, something you eat around fall. But for blood sugar support, they are more interesting than most people realize. Pumpkin seeds contain magnesium too, actually even more than sunflower seeds. But what caught researchers' attention was not only the magnesium, it is how pumpkin seeds may help support glucose metabolism. Think of your cells like tiny batteries. Sugar enters, gets converted into energy, and powers your body. But after 60, sometimes the battery charger slows down. The sugar stays floating in the bloodstream longer. That is where pumpkin seeds may help support better function. Some studies suggest adding pumpkin seeds to meals may help support healthier post-meal glucose responses. Now let me explain why this matters specifically at night. Your dinner matters more than most people realize. If blood sugar spikes too hard after dinner, your body sometimes overreacts overnight, and suddenly morning numbers climb. That is why what you eat in the evening can quietly shape tomorrow morning. And here is something I want you to think about. Could your nighttime habits be sabotaging your mornings without you even realizing it? Because number 4 may be one of the most powerful bedtime foods on this list. But there is one strange thing about it that makes many seniors refuse to eat it. And honestly, that mistake may cost them results. Number 4, chia seeds. The overnight barrier most seniors use completely wrong. Now this one gets personal because chia seeds are one of the most misunderstood foods seniors buy. You have probably seen them, tiny little black seeds. Maybe someone told you, just sprinkle them on yogurt. But here is the problem. Most people are eating chia seeds the wrong way. And if you are doing that, you may be missing the benefit completely. Here is why chia seeds matter before bed. When soaked in water, they expand a lot. They form this thick gel-like texture. And I will be honest, some people hate it. They say, "Doctor, it feels slimy." I understand. But strange as it sounds, that texture is actually part of what makes chia interesting. Think of it like putting speed bumps on a fast road. Without speed bumps, traffic races through. With them, everything slows down. That is what soaked chia may help do with digestion. Instead of sugar flooding into the bloodstream quickly, things move more gradually. And for many seniors, slower is better overnight, especially if you wake up wondering, why was my number perfect at bedtime but high this morning? Chia also contains fiber and omega-3 fats that support heart health. And after 60, blood sugar and heart health become deeply connected because uncontrolled sugar quietly damages blood vessels over time. And most people never feel it happening until something serious shows up. High blood pressure, neuropathy, circulation problems, vision issues. That is the scary part. Blood sugar damage is often silent, and silence is dangerous. Let me tell you about Mary, age 69. Mary thought healthy meant low fat, so dinner was usually crackers, toast, maybe soup. She would wake up starving, shaky, then her blood sugar would spike hard. Once she started eating a more balanced evening meal plus soaked chia before bed, she noticed something surprising. She stopped waking up hungry, and over time her morning numbers became more stable. Not perfect, but steadier. And steady matters because health after 60 is not about perfection. It is about reducing damage. How to eat them? Soak first. That matters. 1 to 2 tablespoons in water. Wait at least 20 to 30 minutes. Take about 1 hour before bed. But here is the catch. If you take thyroid medication at night, this one matters. The gel-like fiber can interfere with absorption, so timing matters. And number 3, honestly, this may be the most underrated seed on the entire list, especially if your morning blood sugar feels impossible to control. Number 3, ground flaxseed, the cheap bedtime food almost nobody uses correctly. Let me say one word very clearly, ground, not whole ground. Because whole flax seeds often pass right through the digestive system, meaning you may not absorb the benefits, and I hate seeing seniors waste money. Now, here is why flaxseed is different. Research suggests flaxseed may support blood sugar regulation, insulin sensitivity, heart health, and cholesterol balance. And after 60, that combination matters because most seniors are not dealing with just blood sugar. They are dealing with high cholesterol, blood pressure, weight gain, inflammation, low energy, and the frustrating feeling that my body just does not work the way it used to. Flaxseed contains fiber and plant compounds that may help the body respond to insulin more efficiently. Imagine insulin knocking on the cell door, but nobody answers. That is insulin resistance. Flax may help the body become more responsive again over time. Notice what I said, over time, not overnight. That is important because real health change is slow, steady, and consistent. One gentleman I worked with, David, age 74, was frustrated beyond belief. Every doctor visit felt like bad news. His fasting sugar stayed stubbornly high. He told me, "I feel like I am losing control." That sentence stayed with me because underneath blood sugar, what many seniors are really afraid of is losing independence, mobility, and freedom. How to use flaxseed: 2 tablespoons, ground, mixed into plain yogurt or water with dinner or about 2 hours before bed. And before we get to number 2, I want to say something important. If staying healthy, independent, and informed after 60 matters to you, consider subscribing. I make these videos because nobody should feel confused or alone when it comes to aging and health. Now, number 2, fenugreek seeds, the blood sugar helper that can backfire if used wrong. I need your attention here because this one is powerful, and powerful things deserve respect. Fenugreek seeds have been used for generations, but recently, researchers started paying much closer attention to them for blood sugar support. What they found is interesting. Fenugreek contains compounds that may help slow digestion and improve insulin response, supporting steadier glucose levels. Think of it like slowly pouring water into a glass instead of dumping the whole pitcher. That slower rhythm matters overnight because blood sugar spikes late in the evening can sometimes create bigger problems by morning. But here is where things get serious. If you take insulin, glipizide, glyburide, or certain diabetes medications, you need to talk to your doctor first because fenugreek may enhance blood sugar lowering. And for seniors, blood sugar going too low at night can be dangerous. Sweating, confusion, dizziness, falls, and in severe cases, emergency room visits. That is not to scare you, that is to protect you. How to take it? Many people soak the seeds in water or use small amounts in tea, usually 60 to 90 minutes before bed, but do not go overboard. More is not better. And trust me, after hearing number 1, you will understand why fenugreek is not the top seed, because number 1 targets something almost nobody talks about: the hidden overnight sugar surge happening while you sleep. Number 1, black seed, the bedtime seed that may target the real overnight problem. Now, before I reveal this one, I want to remind you of something important. This is not magic. It is not a miracle cure. And I am not telling anyone to stop medication. But if your biggest frustration is this: why is my blood sugar high in the morning even when I did not eat badly? Then this seed may be the most interesting one on the list. Black seed, sometimes called Nigella sativa, is tiny, dark, and easy to overlook, but researchers have become increasingly interested in it. Here is why. Remember the generator I talked about earlier, your liver, the thing quietly releasing sugar while you sleep? Black seed may help support healthier glucose regulation through multiple pathways, including insulin sensitivity and inflammation support. And after 60, inflammation becomes a much bigger problem than most people realize because inflammation quietly interferes with how the body responds to insulin. Think of it like static in a phone call. The message is trying to get through, but the signal becomes weak. That is what insulin resistance can feel like inside the body. Insulin says, "Let sugar into the cell," and the body responds, "Message unclear." Some emerging studies on Nigella sativa suggest support for fasting, blood sugar, insulin sensitivity, and inflammation markers. Promising enough that researchers continue studying it seriously. But let me be careful here. Promising does not mean perfect. Helpful does not mean cure, and I never want to mislead you. But for many seniors, this may be one of the more interesting nighttime additions to discuss with their healthcare provider. Let me tell you about Linda, age 71. Linda felt defeated. Every morning felt like punishment. She would wake up, test her blood sugar, sigh, and say, "I do not even want to look anymore." What hurt most was not the number, it was what the number meant to her. Fear of medication changes, fear of losing mobility, fear of becoming dependent. After improving her routine, including evening meal timing, more protein, better fiber, and more consistency, she finally told me, "I feel like I have some control again." And that sentence matters because health after 60 is not about being perfect. It is about keeping control of your life. How to use black seed. Many people use half a teaspoon ground mixed with yogurt or warm water, usually about 60 minutes before bed. But this is important. If you take blood thinners, talk to your doctor first because black seed may interact with certain medications and safety always comes first. 3 mistakes seniors must avoid. Before you run to the kitchen tonight, I need to tell you something that could protect you because doing the right thing the wrong way can still create problems. Mistake number 1, taking fenugreek with diabetes medications without guidance. If you are on insulin, glipizide, or glyburide, be careful. Blood sugar dropping too low overnight is dangerous, especially after 60. Night sweats, confusion, falls, and weakness. That is why your doctor needs to know what supplements or foods you are adding. Mistake number 2, taking chia or flax too close to thyroid medication. That gel-like fiber is helpful, but it can interfere with medication absorption. If you take thyroid medicine at bedtime, separate it by several hours. Mistake number 3, trying everything at once. This is the biggest mistake I see. People get excited, buy 7 bags, mix everything together, and then have no idea what is helping or hurting. Slow down. Health is not a race. The 3-week bedtime seed plan. Let me make this incredibly simple because I do not want you overwhelmed. Week 1, start with ground flaxseed. Simple, affordable, easy. 2 tablespoons with dinner. Track your fasting number every morning. Write it down. Do not guess. Measure. Week 2, if all feels well, consider adding black seed. Small amount. Consistency matters more than quantity. Watch trends, not single numbers. Week 3, add soaked chia seeds before bed. Now you are supporting digestion, steadier glucose release, fiber intake, and overnight balance. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these seeds surprised you most? And tell me honestly, what is your biggest struggle with blood sugar after 60? Morning spikes, late night cravings, or energy crashes? Write it below. And before you go, I want to leave you with this. If your blood sugar has been frustrating lately, please do not assume your body is failing. Aging changes things, that is true, but small daily habits still matter. Tiny choices repeated consistently can create meaningful change. And no, you do not have to be perfect. You just need a better system because staying independent, keeping your energy, protecting your eyesight, your mobility, and your future matters. If someone you love struggles with blood sugar, send them this video. Sometimes one small habit change changes everything. And if staying healthier, stronger, and independent after 60 matters to you, consider subscribing. I share simple, science-backed strategies like this every week, and I would love to see you in the next one. Now, there is one bedtime food I did not include today because it is not a seed, but research suggests it may support the actual insulin receptors themselves, the very system blood sugar depends on. And honestly, when I first read the research, I was shocked more seniors were not talking about it. That video is on your screen right now. I would watch that one next.